Your girl got by 75 guys before you married her. Shut the up. You like my hat?
It's a good hat.
It's a good hat, right?
It's a nice hat.
I'm gonna wear that when I knock him unconscious.
There's some people on this planet who haven't fought in years, but somehow manages to stay relevant.
Your girl got by 75 guys before you married her. Shut the up.
And no, I'm not talking about you, Mr. Conor McGregor. Rather, we're talking about the guy who recently leaked the famous Nina sausage video and generated over 2 billion views in just a single month.
Like, all I want is like a big fat sausage just destroying my body.
That alone has sparked more controversy than Logan Paul's entire career, even more than his infamous Japan Forest video.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
This guy has embarrassed Logan in front of the whole world, mocked his fiancée Nina by leaking pictures of her with more than 150 celebrities. From being the most hated fighter in Conor McGregor's side kick, to now being a world-famous professional relationship ender, this guy has completely destroyed the reputation of the bigger Paul brother and gave the clout chaser so much hate that at this point, only a boxing fight would end this epic beef.
Yo, this guy's on some The sad part is that people believe this.
Yes, Dillon Danis is that fighter who stayed relevant without even fighting for the past 2 years. But how did a guy whom no one has taken seriously for the last couple of years become an internet sensation and fan favorite fighter all of a sudden? For that, we'll need to learn about the controversial rise of Dillon Danis. Dillon and Conor's relationship. Everything traces back to March 5th, 2016, when Conor McGregor was supposed to fight for the lightweight championship, but his opponent, Rafael Dos Anjos, pulled out due to an injury. That's where the gangster Nate Diaz match happened, but everyone was in for a surprise.
Boxers, you're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail. And I'm the one who ain't got no training partner? I don't think so. You seem to have it all figured out when you're fighting midgets.
Diaz slapped him around and battered him on the ground and showed Conor that he wasn't that good on the ground.
Now he's got the back. Now. That's it. He's got the choke. He's done it.
Conor, being Conor, demanded an instant rematch, but this time he wanted to improve his jiu-jitsu skill so that he wouldn't be destroyed on the ground again. That's where the whole Dillon Danis drama came in. Conor brought a young prodigy named Dillon Danis, who was known for his elite jiu-jitsu. And even though the guy didn't even have a black belt at the time, his skills would make most black belts tap out. Well, after Conor learned that there's something called ground defense, he won the rematch. And after that, Conor decided to make Dillon a part of his team. Now we know where Dillon learned his trash-talking skills from. But that's not the only thing he learned from the master of trash-talking. Conor also taught him elite striking, which marked the MMA career of Dillon. Well, it was shorter than anything we've ever seen, but that's something. MMA career of Dillon Danis. In 2018, Danis fought Kyle Walker in Bellator, another MMA organization, and he won via toe hold in the first round. He then fought the next fight at Bellator 222, winning via armbar in the first round. Pretty impressive for a new MMA fighter, right? Well, that was it. We never heard Dillon really fight in MMA after that. He'd just start roasting celebrities, MMA fighters and influencers and just show how much of an arrogant prick he is. The dude fought more outside the cage and one time even got choked by a bouncer, which we'll talk about in a little bit. However, before that, one of his highlight peaks of fame came in the epic brawl that occurred after the fight where Khabib Nurmagomedov choked out his beloved Conor McGregor. The Eagle had enough of Dillon's trash talk and jumped on him from the cage, but they were separated right away. However, even though this was probably the highest moment of Dillon's career, things took a turn for the worse. The downfall of Dillon Danis. If there's one thing Dillon is known for, it's pulling out of fights. The guy is a great marketer, and I'm sure he would have done great in fights, but he never really fought. Every single time a bout would be planned, Dillon would straight up claim injuries and use training restrictions as excuses.
It was gonna be in England. He picks the judges. He picks the ref. Everything was just like. I didn't really care about KSI. I wanted Logan from the beginning.
But I guess being with the Irishman paid him a lot of money, since Dillon would be seen partying with hot girls and living the life. He was in his own bubble and thought he was unbeatable, till he faced the most embarrassing moment in his career. Imagine you're a jiu-jitsu prodigy and you get choked by a bouncer in the club. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to Dillon.
Keep going to sleep. Tap out, man. Tap out.
Drunk or not, This moment completely ruined his image in the media and to his fans. After this altercation at a club, Dillon knew that taking back his reputation would mean bullying the bully, and that's exactly what he did. Dillon versus Paul brothers. However, it didn't go according to plan at first. While he was talking smack on the Paul brothers, a video surfaced of Jake Paul claiming that he slept with Dillon's ex. And then Dillon was even confronted by Jake, who started throwing random stuff at him. And Dillon couldn't do anything.
Oh, bro.
What happened then? Well, Dillon was at his all-time low. Are you getting bullied by brothers who got bullied by half the YouTube space? Damn. And Dillon was down badly. And that's when he decided to get into YouTube boxing, the only way to restore his reputation. I bet even Connor was cringing at this one, but if it pays well, Dillon is there to stay. YouTube boxing. Dillon started beefing with KSI because, why not? He trash-talked to the point where it was difficult for KSI not to take it on his head. And to make things more spicy, Dillon even threw coffee on KSI, resulting in KSI jumping like a monkey. But it didn't end there. Dillon said that it would be the easiest fight for him, and moments later, he got smacked by Anthony Taylor on the street. But being the master of pullouts, Dillon decided not to participate in the fight and said he didn't train well. That's to be expected when you don't have a proper coach. Logan versus Dillon. After pulling out the KSI fight, he decided to fight someone worse, Logan Paul. He needed to find someone of baby skill level and couldn't find anyone worse than Logan.
Yeah, look, this is different, bro. I learned from my mistakes. You're a 30-year-old.
Well, we all know how terrible Logan had been with all his controversies. From the Forest thing to scamming his fans to always losing, except WWE. Damn, the dude's resume is just a mess. Logan actually got cancelled a few years ago for disrespecting the Japanese culture and then shooting a video of a dead body. He's also scammed his fans multiple times, and the biggest scam was the recent crypto zoo, where people lost millions of dollars. So it makes sense that a guy who lost against a world champion 50 pounds lighter than him would fight a guy who got choked out by a bouncer at a club. Right. Moving forward to the recent Misfit and Darzan press conference, we saw what kind of a wreck it was.
You can find out how many days it's been since he last fought.
Okay, so fight me
The
that right
answer is
now,
1,530.
Yeah, great. I might knock you
You're
on
2-0 in
top if you
MMA. You won by a toe hold, dummy.
did. Yeah, and I'll break your foot in half. What are you talking about?
You're gonna break my toe?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you, bro.
Dillon played smart about Logan's fan manipulation, relationships, and the mistakes he made in the past. Both fighters were arrogant, but Dillon showed that his arrogance has no boundaries, and he destroyed Logan Paul more than Nina wanted to be destroyed by a big fat sausage. However, that sparked the Twitter beef, as it's trending daily on the internet. Dillon versus Nina. Logan Paul recently got engaged with Nina, a Danish model, and everyone started calling him a simp for gifting her an expensive ring. Most people even called out Logan for having the money to give a fiancé a ring but can't pay back the fans he scammed. Well, Dillon went sicko mode and started posting a plethora of questionable pictures, which led to the internet breaking down. He exposed Nina, who seemed to have relationships with hundreds of men. Some of these people would include Leonardo DiCaprio and LeBron James. He'd also post provocative photos of Nina to the point where Logan Paul has been threatening him to take them down. By the time I write this script, the Nina men count is over 150. Which is so interesting because only Dillon can find these pictures. He even said he has a picture that might get him into jail, and people on X constantly push him to release it. Recently, a very explicit video of Nina was released, which turned out to be not Nina. But well, the damage has already been done. People are so messed up that they start calculating her worth based on the guy she's been through. So, over 150 guys. That's indeed a lot of men. After her interviews were released, it sparked even more controversies, and now everyone is trying to get Logan to call off his marriage with Nina. Especially in the new sausage video, I bet even Logan is devastated because the image of their relationship has been completely ruined. But here's the kicker. Recently, Dillon met Aiden Ross, a popular kick streamer, and showed him the video that could end Nina and Logan's relationship. But could it? I'm just curious. What's next for Dillon? Well, after all the drama, Dillon became a fan-favorite hero and remains a living legend on X. From being bullied by the whole internet to exposing Logan Paul's wife, he's done everything to reclaim his glory and get the clout he deserves. He recently showed Aiden Ross a picture of Nina that shook him. creating more hype now. However, we've seen a lot of trash talk already, but what about the actual fight that's going to happen on October 14th? I guess we'll have to put weight on it. But one thing is for sure, Logan is angry and desperate to beat Dillon, and we don't know how good Dillon actually is. Do you think Logan Paul rescues his honor and shut the lights of Dillon? Or do you think Dillon Danis' mental warfare destroys Logan before he even steps in and finishes him in the ring? Do you think Dillon Danis will even make it to the fight? Let's know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more fun videos like this one. Until next time, peace out.